Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This video is about the announcement which was made by ICAI in April 6 in the midnight around 11 o'clock or something. They made an announcement by changing the three exams per year structure. They changed it to again to two exams per year. That announcement was made yesterday, and relating to that they have to cover a lot of points. Like we have speculations relating to that, like IBS will be removed in the same manner. Negative marking will be introduced in SPOM, and the exam dates they have changed. We are going to see the legal background for this. What is the power with ICAI for changing these things? The procedure we are going to see, whether it is possible or not to change these things in the midnight announcement. Same like the exam dates. So that we are going to see. And then I will tell you my points. What is my opinion relating to the removal and these things. And then we are going to see the eligibility. We have September 2026 people and then January 2026 people. Now these two exams are cancelled and now we are having an exam in November 26. Some people will be postponed to this. January people will be coming back to the November, or whether they are eligible or not, that we have to check, and they will go to the next May 27 also. That we are going to see. In which attempt you are eligible to write the CA final, that we are going to see. And then the study plan also I will tell you. What is the time that you are having? If you are writing in November, if you are writing in May, if you are a Jan 27 student originally and now you are going to write any November or May, that will be seeing the detailed study plan. What you have to do, how much time you are having, how much time you have to take for the classes, first revision, the daily timetable, everything I will be telling you. Now first we can see what they did in the notification is that the exam dates and frequency they changed from three exams per year, they changed it to two exams per year. In which regulation or in which act they are having the power? We are having two things, mainly the CA Act, which is giving the powers to make regulations and to do many things, and then regulations which will specify in a more detailed manner of the powers, duties and all. And for changing the exam date and frequency, we are having a power in regulation number 22 after CA regulations that we are going to see now. We can see where the power is and what is the power. You can see here, this is the regulation number 22 of the CA regulations. Here what they have given is that the examination shall be conducted in such manner, such time and places as the council may direct. This council is referring to the ICAI council, central council they are referring to. The manner, how to conduct it, the time, the place, everything will be decided by the council. At least one examination should be held in a year, and then the date, places, everything will be notified in the Gazette of India. And if there is a change in the schedule, they have to approve it by the examination committee and they can announce it by the website. So this is what that has happened in the announcement. They have made it an thing by the resolution by the examination committee, and they have announced it through the website of the institute. So this power they are having under regulation number 22. They can change the exam date, frequency anytime, but at least one examination will be conducted in a year. So this is the power relating to the change in exam frequency. Now the next thing is we can go to the speculation that they will be removing the IBS in the same manner. Whether they can do it in the midnight announcement, because earlier I also thought that they will not be able to make such a major change because IBS is a subject. When they are removing an entire paper from CA final syllabus, I thought it would be a longer process, lengthy process. They have to publish in the official gazette, they have to wait for the comments, they have to get the approval from central government. This and all they have to do when they have to amend the regulations. We already have the regulations, and when they have to amend the regulations, they have to do this lengthy process. But when you are having a power which is already given in the regulations, then for using that power, for exercising that power, you need not follow the lengthy process. You can do it just through a notification. So what we have to see is that for removing a paper in IBS, what they have to do, whether they have to amend the regulation or they have to use the power in the regulation. If they have the power, they can do it through a midnight announcement. If they don't have a power, it is a lengthy process. Now we have to see the relevant regulation, which is regulation number 31. Now we can see there what is the change in syllabus power. The power to ICAI for changing the syllabus or exam structure, that now we are going to see in regulation number 31. Now this is regulation number 31, which tells about the syllabus for CA final examination. Here, as per the syllabus approved by the council, and then as per the syllabus approved by the council, and then as per the syllabus approved by the council, as per the syllabus approved by the council. So for we have different types of exams, right? For CA intermediate, earlier it was professional competence examination, then it was IPCC, integrated professional competence course, then it was intermediate, then now it is intermediate. Like that, we had different courses in the level of CA intermediate. For all these courses, after that we have to write the final examination. That final examination, a candidate shall be examined as per the syllabus approved by the council. In all the cases, the council will approve the syllabus. That's all. Whatever the syllabus, the council should approve. That's all is the procedure that is required to make a change in the final examination. So, in the regulation, they already have the power. They can make an resolution, they can approve it using the council, and after that, they can make an announcement. So, that's all. So, for changing the syllabus also, even that is a big change only, but still they are having the power to do it through a midnight announcement because they are already given the power by the regulation. So, we came to the conclusion that for removing a paper, like IBF they want to remove, or even FRA, from whatever they want to remove, modify, change, everything they can do using a midnight announcement also. They can just put put up an announcement and that will be effective because they already have the power under regulation. They don't want to amend the regulation. Amendment is not needed for doing this. Okay, now we saw that IBS removal that is possible through a midnight announcement, and then the exam date change that is also possible. The next question is about the SPOM negative marking. Whether they can bring the SPOM negative marking also in the same manner. That is a change in the marking scheme, and then in the manner of conducting the SPOM test that will be included. How you are conducting, what is the marking scheme, everything will come under the blanket word of manner of conducting the SPOM test. And for that, the relevant regulation is Regulation 51F. Now we can see that. So now when you see here, we have the regulation number 51F, self-paced online module. A candidate who has passed both groups of the intermediate examination must complete the self-paced online module exam. They have to pass it consisting of such number of module. Whether we are having 4 module, 5 module, that also will be decided by the council only. Currently we are having A, B, C, D, 4 modules we are having. If they want to change it to 5, that also they can do by getting it approved by the council. They can bring another module like E and then they can bring some AI paper like that. They can bring it. That power is there with the council. In such manner as may be specified how to conduct the exam, that will include the marking scheme. That also will be specified by the council. Whatever the council makes an amendment and says, they will give it the announcement, and that council announcement will be valid. That will be effective. So they can make a change in the self-paced online module. From A, B, C, D we are having, they can remove B, they can remove A, and they can bring another C, another E, like that. They can do many things. That power is there with the ICAI council. Just the council approval is required for that. So self-paced online module exam also they can remove using the minute announcement, and they can introduce the negative marking. Everything they can do relating to the SPOM also. But one thing they cannot change is that the passing criteria, minimum 50% mark is required to clear the exam. That one they cannot change because it is already there in the regulation. If you want to change it to 60% or 70% passing criteria, for that they have to do the amendment to the regulation. That it is a lengthy process. But already they have the power to introduce the negative marking or to remove the SPOM or to add an SPOM. So that is the power relating to the self-paced online module. Okay, now we have come to the conclusion that they are having the power to do all the things. They can remove IBS in a midnight announcement, they can introduce negative marking, they can change the exam date frequency, they can add the SPOM another exam, they can bring a new subject, everything they can do. But what is the practical difficulty in this is that when they are making a midnight announcement, there are a lot of students who are getting affected by this. Around 10 lakh students are currently studying the CA course. So they have to take care of the students. They have to consider the students also when they are making the decision. Now, what is the negative effect of this notification is that many people they wrote the January 2026 CA final exam, and then in group 2 for Jan 26 exam we got a result around 10% only. 90% people failed. So that is the meaning. 10% is the passing result. 90% people failed. So these people, many of them, a majority of, not majority, but a considerable amount of them, they might have thought to skip the May attempt. Skip the May attempt and write it in the September, because only 3 months. For every 3 months we are getting the exam. So they would have planned to write in September, a considerable amount of people. But if the September attempt is cancelled, now in 1 month we are getting the May attempt. They cannot write the May also. Now they have to compulsorily write the November attempt only. They are not having any other option. So because of this, they are getting some 4 or 5 months postponement. So that is a delay. That they could have announced it earlier, and they could have given the information to them. They could have planned accordingly, or else at least this thing also they could have implemented from the May 2027 cycle. That is one more thing. The planning of the students is getting very much affected by this. So the students are the main stakeholders in the exams. Whenever you are doing any change in the syllabus structure and all, there are 3 stakeholders. One is the members. They are going to be affected by the whether they are in practice or in employment. They will be affected in some way or the other. And then another thing is students. Students are the main people, the candidates for the examination. They are going to be affected by these rules, regulations, and amendments and all. Any change in notification, everything will be affecting the students only. After that, we are having the faculties also. They will also be planning as per the scheme announced by ACA only. But the students, the feedback from the students, they have to necessarily take. When bringing this notification, it does not seem that they have taken any feedback from the students. In that notification itself, they have given that in view of the feedback from the stakeholders. In stakeholders, the major stakeholder is student only. If they have asked for the opinion of some students also, they would have known that many people would have skipped the May attempt and opted for September. And when you are making this announcement, they will not be able to write September. They will be postponed to November. This thing they would have understood if they have talked with the students. I think they did not make any considerable feedback from the students. They considered only members and other stakeholders, because mainly students will be telling these things. If they are writing in September, they will tell that what they are planning, what is their opinion, that and all, they will definitely be telling. And if they consider it, they will not be bringing this notification. This is bringing a very major hurdle to many students who tried to skip the May attempt and go to September. So like this, we are getting adverse effect on the student only. So they should give the time to the students. They should announce it at least 1 year. if they are announcing it now, they should make it applicable from May 2027. Then for 1 year they will have the time and they will plan it accordingly. So that is my opinion. And then they have all the powers, but this does not mean that they have to do it through a midnight announcement. They have to ask the feedback and then do it slowly. Even if they are announcing it immediately, they should make it applicable from next to 1 year only. Like that, they should give the time for the students. Now, when they are removing the IBS, what are the practical difficulties? Now, for IBS itself, we are having a lot of resources. We have PYQ, we have RTP, we have MTP. We know what is the exam pattern, then how many case studies will be there, what is the practical difficulty. We will know that what is the question, how they are asking the question, they are integrating it and they are making it difficult. That and all, we already have an idea of what IBS will be there. But if they remove the IBS and bring another new subject like artificial intelligence, machine learning, or computer related audit, like that, some technology subject like that they are bringing, we don't know anything about that. We will not have any PYQ, we will not have any syllabus, we already will not have any study material for that also. They have to prepare a new study material. After that only they can introduce a new subject. So that and all is a very major difficulty when they are removing IBS and they are introducing another new paper. But if they did not even introduce any paper, there will be only 5 papers in CA final. Then what people will say? Many people will criticize that CA final is becoming very easy. Law and costing also we are having in SPOM only. Many people are saying that it is very wrong. They should include it in the main papers because that knowledge is very important for the chartered accountants. Like that they are saying. SPOM they can clear it easily. That is the view of the people who are outside the CA studies field. They will be the members who are qualified already, or they will be the persons who do not know about the SPOM exam. They will be thinking that most of the members are like that only. Most of the members they do not know about the SPOM because they are not directly affected by it. So they are thinking that the SPOM exams are easy. Online exams very easy to pass the law and costing. And then the CA final also, when it is 5 papers, it will be very easy to clear. Like that, the institute will face many criticism from many people that they are reducing the standard of the profession. So that is one more thing. So they have to necessarily include a paper. That is one more thing. And if they removed IBS and brought set A and set B as descriptive paper, then for that what will happen? Law and costing will become mandatory descriptive paper. Now, are the students who clear SPOM, you can ask with them, or if you have cleared SPOM, you can say that whether you are ready to write law and costing as a descriptive paper, whether you are that much thorough with the subject that you have to ask yourself. Because if you are clearing SPOM, after that you would have left the subject, you will not be in touch with the subject. So you would have you will not be remembering a lot of the subject and all. You have to again spend some 2 months or 1 month on the subject, and then you have to again get a grip of it. If it is a descriptive paper, they can ask question from anywhere. Previous syllabus RTP, MTP, PYQ, from that tricky question, easy question, study material question, illustration, creative question, anything they may ask. That also you have to practice. So it will be becoming a normal paper. Law or costing, again you have to prepare. If you are not having thorough knowledge on that, you have to buy the classes, you have to watch them. Like that also, you have to prepare more. So even for IBS also, we are having this much. If a new paper is introduced, we are not even having that much resources also. For IBS, we are having all the question paper pattern we are having. And then the certified copy we are having. How they are evaluating, that we can see in the certified copy. Like that we are having all the things for IBS. And then if new paper is coming, we don't have anything for that new paper. And set A when they are introducing, we have to study again for law and costing. When it was introduced as a descriptive paper, we have to put the same effort that we are putting for the other CA final subject. So that is also a concern for the students. From the point of view of students, these are the practical difficulties in removing the IBS paper. Now that's all the points we have to cover relating to the IBS removal, the speculation going on relating to the notification which was released yesterday. Now we can see the scenario. Now already we saw that September 26th that is getting cancelled, and then January 27th that is getting cancelled, and then November 26th we are getting an exam. September people they will be postponed to November. January 27th they may be going to May, or they will be coming to November. How to calculate which attempt you are eligible, that we are going to see now. Here when you see, this is the cutoff date. When you are completing the 2 years articleship, the last date of completing the articleship, that last articleship completion date, you have to do plus 6 months. And then, for example, if after doing this, you are getting the date, like 10th October you are getting, then that October month you have to leave it out. From the next month, from November month, whatever the exam you are having, that you are eligible to write. So that is the thing. Add it to 6 months to the 2 years articleship, and then the date you will get, leave out the month in which that date is coming. From the next month, whatever the attempt that is there for CA final, you can write it. So that is the criteria for calculating the eligibility. Now, if you are completing the articleship completion date is 30 April 2026, then you have 6 months like May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months will be completed, and after October, from November, you can write the exam. November 2026 CA final exam, you can attend. Like that, you have to calculate this. And then when your articleship completion date is 31st October, after that calculate 6 months. You will get the May 2027 attempt. When your articleship completion date is on or before 31st October, then your attempt will be May 2027. And if your articleship is completing between April 2027, you are getting November 2027. Like that, you have to calculate it in this manner only. Now the next thing is we are going to see the impact on September 2026 original people who were originally eligible for September 26 exams and people who were originally eligible for January 27 exams that we are going to see now. Here if you see, we have three categories of people now. Now the three categories that we are having here is that the September 2026 people who were originally eligible to write September 2026 exams, they have completely converted to November 2026. For these people, the articleship would have completed before 20th February, on or before 20th February. They will be 100% converted to November 2026. There is no confusion in this. Now, the main confusion is in January 2026. January 2027, people who were originally eligible for January 2027. In this, you have to remember two intervals. First interval is if your article ends after 28th February, that is from 1st March to 30th April. If your articleship ends in this timing, 1st March also included and then 30th April also included. 1st March your articleship completing or 30th April your articleship completing. Both of you will come under this interval. For this interval, these people will be converted to the November 2026. You are eligible to write the November 2026. Now the next thing is from after 30th April, that is from the 1st May. From 1st May to 30th June. If your articleship completion date falls in this interval, 1st May also included, 30th June also included. If your articleship completion date falls in this interval, now what will happen? You will be converted for May 2027. You will not be able to write the November exam. So, because the cutoff date is not available. From 1st May to 30th June, if your articleship is completing, you can write only the May 2027 exam. But your articleship, if it is completing between 1st March to 30th April, now you can write the November 2026 exam itself. So, that is the thing here. September, they can write the November. There is no problem. In January, if your articleship is completing in this date, you have to write the November 2026 exam. You are eligible to write the November 2026 exam. Whether you are skipping it or not, that is your decision. But your eligibility comes from this attempt. And then, if your articleship ends on this interval, you have to wait for May. You are eligible to write on May only. That is your first eligible attempt. This is the scenario number 1 and this is scenario number 2 and this is scenario number 3. Now we are going to see for each scenario how much time they are having, what they have to do, what is the study plan, that we are going to see in detail. Now we saw how to calculate the eligible attempt for your CA final exam. Now we can see what is the problem if you are writing the November 2026 exam. The new Income Tax Act that is going to be applicable, the new Income Tax Act that is going to be applicable from May 2027 exam. But if you are writing a November 26 exam, you are writing both groups or only group 2, you are not able to clear the direct tax or you are not able to clear group 2 and in that tax also you are not having any exemption. Then in that case, in that worst case scenario, what will happen? You have to again study the new Income Tax Act for May 2027. That is a very difficult task. It will take at least 2 months for you because even if you have done income tax work in your articleship, all the things will be changed. All the section number will be changed, all the schedule number, everything. Whatever that is there in the income tax act, everything will be changed. Even though the concepts and all is same, you have to remember the section number and all. If they ask in the exam to write the section number 80C deduction relating to that, some mistake, you will be able to write it. But if they are giving the new section number, that all you will not be familiar. So you have to spend at least 2 months to study the new income tax act. That will be happening in the case scenario where you are writing November 26 and you are not able to get any exemption in DT or you are not able to clear the group 2. So that is the danger that you are having. And then there is also speculation going on that from May 2027 exam, IBS paper may be removed. So that is also speculation going on. If that is removed, it may be good for you because you may be thinking that the IBS is very difficult to pass. But instead of that, if they bring a new paper, that you have to study. For that also, minimum 2 months it will take. That also we may not have the classes and all ready. They will release the study material after that only because they have to first make the announcement. After that only they will release the study material and all. For faculties also you have to give time. After that only they can prepare and do everything. For that new paper you will not have any resources as we saw already. So that will also be another thing. For the new income tax act you have to study 2 months and then for the new subject you have to study 2 months if IBS is removed. So in that case you have to spend another 4 months for studying if you do not clear in November 2026. So that is the scenario. Now we can see what is the thing, what is the classes to be completed for the people. Here if you are seeing, if you have not studied anything till now, but you are having your exam in November 2026, now you have to see the classes for all the subjects, FR, DT, AFM, indirect tax, advanced sorting, IBS. You have to do self, you have to solve the case studies by yourself and practice it. So that is the thing in IBS. So for this you have to see the classes. Now if you are having the exams in November, I will not recommend any regular classes. You have to take the exam oriented or fast track batches only, and for each subject this is the average class time, that is for the fast track class for each subject. This IBS, I have taken the self-solving case studies, allotted some 50 hours. For the remaining, I have taken the average fast track classes time for the faculties. So when you see that, you will get this is the average time for the fast track classes. And then when you are doing class, after that you have to do the revision. When you are doing the revision from class, when you reduce some 30% of the time, that much time you will take for doing the first revision. In this, the first revision is included, and then one mock test paper you have to write it. Mock test or POQ, whatever you are writing, you have to practice one exam paper. So that is one thing included in the revision. So faster classes timing, and then the one revision. You have to do one revision and then one test. So that is included here. When you take the total, you have to spend a total time of 1290 hours for studying if you are writing in November 2026. So for that only I am saying, even if you are having next attempts also, if you are taking all the fast track classes, this much time you have to spend for classes plus first revision. This is the minimum requirement to even get 40 marks in each subject. So you have to do the first revision and then the classes thoroughly. So this is the point relating to the classes. Now we can see the scenario. The first scenario, people who are originally eligible for September 2026, but now they are going to write the November 2026. Now what will happen for them? For them, I am taking the assumption that advanced ITT MCS they have completed, and then advanced ITT test may be pending. Their articles completed by 28th February. Not in the last day they will complete their articles. Many people articles may be finishing in January mid, or their articles may be finishing in January end, or many people articles may be finishing in February beginning. So like that we are having a lot of people. But I am taking that 28th February is the last date, and if you are completing your articleship before 28th February itself, you should complete your advanced ITT, MCS and all, because only if you do that, after that only you are eligible for writing the CA final exam. I am taking the assumption that advanced ITT, MCS completed, advanced ITT test may be pending that you are having, and then SPOM exams, the set A, B, C, D, whatever that is applicable to you have completed it during your articleship period itself. So that I have taken the assumption. Now we are going to focus on the main CA final subject only. What is the study period that is available for you? Now this is the April 7th. Now today is April 7, and then I'm taking from April 10. From April 10, your study period is starting. You're starting to study. After completing all this, you're starting to study for the main CA final. Now till October 20th, you are having your exam in November 26th. I'm leaving some 10 days before the exam for your self-study revision, whatever you want to study in the 10 days before the exam for the first subject or point you are weak in, that you have to see. For that, I'm leaving 10 days before the exam. I'm taking the time from April 10th to October 20th. If you calculate, you will have effective 6 months approximately. Approximately, you will have 6 months. Next important point is you have to clear somehow you have to clear the group 2 or at least the income tax paper in November 2026 exam, because you have to study the new income tax act if you fail in this November attempt. And then IBS removal, that is also speculated, and a new subject may be introduced which may not be law or costing, because they are trying to introduce the negative marking in the SPOM. If they bring negative marking, they will not make it into a normal paper. That itself, negative marking itself is enough to make it a difficult paper. So negative marking will be introduced, and they will not bring it into a normal CA final paper. So if that is happening, IBS removal is happening, and then some new paper is bringing. For that also, you have to study so much. So this is one of the important points. So that you have to cover you have to at least get an exemption in the income tax in the November 2026 exam. So if you don't clear group 2, you have to spend more than 2 months for the new income tax act and more than 2 months from the new subject if it is introduced. So what is my advice is that you have to focus on group 2 mainly, and somehow you have to clear group 2 in November 2026. And if you are not able to clear group 2 fully, but you have to clear the DT, you have to get an exemption in income tax. So if you do that also, you will not be in a position to study the new income tax act, that you will get an exemption. So that is one more point. At least get exemption in DT. And then IBS. If you are preparing for IBS, we are already having a lot of resources like MTP, RTP, PYQ, everything we are having. And then certificate copy we are having. We know what is the exam pattern, how difficult they are asking, what is the proportion of each subject on an average, that and all we know. But if some new subject is introduced, as I told earlier, that will be very difficult. We will not know anything about that subject. If we go blindly, we don't even know whether they will ask in a practical oriented manner, or there will be more theory oriented questions that we don't know. If we go blindly, it will be like a gambling only. We may or may not pass. That will be the first attempt for our new subject if it is introduced. So if you are having IBS, that itself is better in my opinion, because we have all the resources and somehow we can clear it. Okay, now this is the situation for scenario 1 people who were originally eligible for September 2026. Now, what is the plan I am giving is that you know that we have to do this much hours learning. So in that I am giving you the schedule from April 10 till the April end, entire April month, and in May you have to focus on two subjects. One is direct tax and then SPOM CTA law. The CTA law why you are studying is that in IBS they are asking for 40 marks. Set A and B combined, they are asking questions for 40 marks. And then DT and IDT combined, they are asking questions for some 40 marks on an average. So, if you cover AB and DT IDT itself, you will be able to cover 80 marks in IBS. So, that is one thing. That is why I am going to give importance for direct tax. Direct tax, anyhow, you have to clear in November. So, direct tax is important and set A law. April, May, these 2 months you have to study direct tax and then set A law. In this also, direct tax is the priority subject. You have to watch the class in morning and then evening you have to do the revision and you have to do a lot of question solving also. In this 2 months, you have to complete the class. If you are not watching the class, if you have not started the class till now, you have to buy the class, watch it. Some 180 hours it will come faster class. You have to buy that, watch it and do the revision. So 275 hours you have to spend for direct tax in these 2 months. April and May. And then you have to revise for CTA law also. You have to use the IC study material and then try to revise it. Highlight the important points. Familiarize yourself with the IC study material. I have uploaded a 4-hour marathon for CTA, which is from IBS point of view, you have to do these topics revision, which are mandatorily, most frequently asked in IBS exams. So those topics I have collected and I have covered it in the 4-hour IBS marathon for CTA. In that I have given the list of topics which you have to cover first, which are asked in IBS. So you have to start with those topics and then cover your way up. So entire city you have to cover. You are having 2 months. In 2 months you are going to study only 2 subjects, DT and law. So DT you have to cover properly. CTA law also you have to cover fully. Start from the list of topics that I gave you in the 4-hour marathon. The link for the 4-hour marathon I will give it in the description and in the pinned comment. If you search in the YouTube also you will get it. Mission Senior Recruit IBS oriented CTA law marathon. You will get a 4-hour video. It is available in English also and Hindi plus English also. We are having 2 versions that you can watch. So CTA law you have to cover, DT you have to cover during the April and May month. And then in June 1 month you have to cover indirect tax and then set B. Indirect tax should be, if you have not watched the classes, you have to watch the classes for indirect tax, do one revision and then you have to give one mock test. You have to give one test for the subject also in this month itself. Direct tax also one test will be completed. June month, indirect tax also one test will be completed. After that, set B also you have to revise. Set A you revised during the previous 2 months in April and May. Now in June you have to revise the set B. Daily some 2 hours or 3 hours you have to allocate for set B and revise for that. You have to use the IC study material also for that only, and then you have to do it in the form of IBS oriented revision. For set B also I have uploaded a 4-hour marathon. It is in English and then Hindi plus English, that is also there. For set B also, you can search it in YouTube, you will get it. I will also try to provide the link also. In that also I have covered the most important topics from IBS point of view that I have covered, and I have given you the list also. What you have to cover in set B from IBS point of view, that you have to do for the IBS. Not only that, you have to start from that and you have to cover entire set B, set A. That and all will be relevant for IBS. When you are covering entire set A and set B only, you will get a clarity and you will be able to answer the questions that you are getting in IBS exam. Next, July. In July month, what will be remaining? Group 2 is completed, DT, IDT, and then SPOM is completed. Now, if for IBS only, we saw the CTA law and set B. Now, in IBS, we are having the remaining subject. From FR question will be there, AFM questions will be there, and then audit question will be there. These questions will be in IBS. Now, what I am saying is that we are mainly focusing on Group 2 only. So, audit and FR, we are going to do in July. If you have already completed the audit class and FR class, you can do the revision and give the mock test in July month for audit and FR. But if you have not yet completed the classes, try to complete the classes in July. The next thing is August month. August month, FR AFM, 2 practical subjects. Many practical sums only will be there in these 2 subjects, and then you have to dedicate this month for practicing all the practical sums of FR and AFM. You have to practice the practical sums in FR and AFM in August. And then in September, what you have to do? You have to do the revision for Group 1 and Group 2 subject. For DT and IDT, you have to do the in-depth revision because you have to clear income tax anyhow, and you can try to clear the IDT also. When you are focusing on 2 subjects, definitely you will be able to get exemption in those. And then for Group 1 subject, FR, AFM, audit, you can do the IBS oriented revision. You can do the revision for the topics which are asked in IBS frequently. From there, we can see the list of topics which are asked in IBS frequently for FR, AFM audit. In the upcoming months, I will try to provide a list of concepts which are asked in IBS frequently from the IBS case studies, RTP, MTP, PYQ, and then the student journal case study. Like that, we are having a lot of case studies. Some 200 case studies we are having. I have analyzed that, and they will provide you a list of topics from which they are asking questions in the group 1 subjects. Those concepts you have to try to cover. You have to focus on those topics for group 1 subject. For group 2, you have to do the in-depth revision, and you have to try to make most coverage in DT and IDT. You have to anyhow clear it. That should be your main priority. And then from September 11 to October 20, last 40 days, you have to start to prepare for the IBS in a full-fledged manner. You have to solve case studies daily. Daily, at least one case study you have to solve. The time is, in exam you have 4 hours time, and you have to solve 4 case studies. So for one case study, you will get 1 hour time. So in that manner, you have to keep the timer and then try to solve the case studies. Whether you are able to complete it in 1 hour or not, that you have to see. In the beginning, you will not be able to complete it strictly in 1 hour, but as you go on, you will be getting the practice and you will get the hang of it, and you will be able to complete. In 1 hour, at least some 20 marks of the case study you will be able to attempt. Now, if you don't know anything about IBS, I have made the SET marathon and SET B marathon. They have explained the January 26 PYQ solving that you can watch to see how they are asking the questions from IBS. That you can see. They are asking some tough questions, tricky questions. They are asking application-based questions. Everything I have explained there. And what is the index also I have provided. For SET A law and SET B costing, we are having the index, detailed index, which you can use to navigate through the study material during the 4-hour open book exam of IBS. So that also I have provided. You can watch that 4-hour marathon to get a detailed overview of all those things. So that you can do. You have to prepare for IBS. Daily you have to solve the case study, and then you have to do the final revision and mock test. So that is the schedule for April to October 20. So like this, if you do, you will be able to complete entire thing. Now, how you will be able to complete 1290 hours? For that, I will be showing the daily timetable also, that we can see now. Now we are going to see the study plan for scenario number 2 and 3 also. Before that, I will tell you how we are having the daily timetable that we can see now. Here when you see, we have the daily timetable for all the 3 scenarios. In that I have divided the day into 4 study slots. And then in between I have provided the breaks also. The total of timing for all the 4 study slots, if you see, 3.5, 3, 3.5, 2.5. So when you total this, 3.5, 3.5, you will get 7 hours. And then when you add another 3 hours, you will get 10. And then 10 plus 2.5, 12.5 hours you are having. Daily, 12.5 hours you are having for study period as per my daily timetable. Now, when you multiply this for 6 months, for 12.5 hours, for 6 months when you see, you are having 2250 hours. For the scenario 1, just now we saw that we are having some 6 months approximate time. So when you study as per my daily timetable, what you will have is you have 2250 hours of time. But for doing all the classes itself, we want only 1290 hours. If you follow my plan, you can complete this, and you can do second, third, you can do multiple revisions also. Even if you are 1290 is the ideal time if you are doing all this properly. But if you are taking some extra time also to complete this, we can take 1300. Now we are having currently 1290, 1300, same thing. But if you are wasting another 200 hours, or you are taking extra time, you are trying to solve your doubts for extra 200 hours. Like that also, if you are spending, you will have 1500 hours. This much time you want to complete the entire syllabus, but you are having 2250 hours. Now in this extra 750 hours, you can do extra revision, everything you can do, because first revision you are taking 500 hours, but when you are having 750 hours extra, you can do another 3 revision also. If you follow my plan properly, you can do it like that. This schedule, like you have to do this in June, July, April, May, that also you will be able to complete it even earlier also. You may be completing in the middle of May also the direct action set A. You can complete the indirect action should be also by the mid of June. Like that you can do it quickly, and you can have more time for the revision and test. So that is the thing, the timing that we are having for the thing. Now the next thing is scenario number 3 we can see first. Now in scenario number 3, your articleship is completing on 1st May to 30th June. 1st May included, 30th June included. In this interval, your articleship is getting completed. Articleship completion date falls between in this interval. Now, you will be eligible to write May 2027 attempt. Now, you will be having a lot of study period. Now, from now also, if you calculate, you are having at least 1 year. So, you can calculate properly, you can plan accordingly, you can do all the things for you. Because you are writing in May 2027 only, you can buy the DT classes for the new income tax act itself. So that itself will be good for you. Till now, if you have started DT classes, then I cannot do anything for you. But when you are having classes in May 2027, when you are having attempt in May 2027, you can buy the new income tax classes itself. And many students might not have purchased the classes till now, because when you are having DT IDT, it is an amendment heavy subject, because many amendments will be coming. For that, you have to purchase the classes during the last only. So if you have still not purchased, you can try to purchase the new income tax classes itself. So after remaining, you can plan accordingly and do it. It will be ideal to complete the SPOM exams during your articleship itself. That is one point that I would like to tell you. No need to panic. Take this announcement positively and try to complete the G1 classes during articleship itself. And SPOM also you have to complete within the articleship period itself. And during the 8 month study leave you are having, you have to study the new income tax act and then give the exams. So you are having a very flexible thing. Out of these three scenarios, you are the most lucky. You are having the most time. And then next we can see about the scenario number 2. You are also going to write in November 2026 only. So for scenario 2 also the eligible attempt is, the first eligible attempt is November 26th only. Your articleship will be completing. The articleship completion date will be falling between 1st March to 30th April. And all the things that I told for the first thing, the September 2026 students, original, for those students I told certain points, those points will be as it is applicable for you. For you also, the main priority is completing DT and IDT, and you have to try to complete the group 2. At least you have to try to clear the group 2 in the November exams. So if you are not able to do this, you have to study the new income tax act altogether. So that is one more thing. Same assumption, same study period you are having, but you are having only 5 months, because I am assuming that your articleship is completed by 30th April, and by April May you are completing the advanced CDT and MCS, and from June 1 you are going to start your studying, but you will be having only 5 months. So you are a little bit crucial. You have to spend more. You have to be more serious, and you have to spend your time more productively. Only then you will be able to achieve your things. Now, important points also same things for everything. Now, in the same schedule only for your monthly timetable also, you have to complete DT and law during June, but you are having only June. For the earlier scenario 1 people, I told that April, May, 2 months they can have for completing DT and law, but you have to complete the DT and law in June only, because you are having only 5 months. Okay, the next thing is July, same thing. IDT and should be SCPM. Should be have to revise for IBS. And in August, you have to do audit and FR from group 1 focus. Don't go into very deep, but you have to try to learn the concept of in IBS, because we are giving priority to DT, IDT, and then IBS. We are trying to clear group 2 in the November exams. So that is the strategy that I am telling you. Next, September, FRASM, you have to study for the practical sums. If they are asking practical sums in the IBS, that you should be able to solve it. And then in October you can try to solve the IBS case studies daily, and then final revision you can do. So daily you have to solve one case study. You can use the 4-hour marathon that I have given. You think you can do it. Same thing will be applicable for you. The only thing is you are having only 5 months. That is the only downside for you. And one more thing I forgot to told in scenario number 3. Here what will happen is that currently, as per the available information, for you the new income tax act only is applicable. But here we are having some people like who are originally who were eligible for January 27, but they are now going to write in May 2027. So originally they will be planning to write the income tax subject as per the old act, but now they have to study the new act. That is the thing that is the difficulty for scenario 3 students. So for them, I say might give an exemption, like for May 27 also we will conduct the exam in old act only, like that they may give some kind of exemption like that. In my opinion, they should be giving that, because people who are planning for writing as per the old act, old income tax act, but now they are forced to write as per the new income tax act. So for them, some kind of exemption should be given, in my opinion. So you can check the ICAI official website if they are giving some kind of exemption like that for this category students. They may give it. You have to check the ICAI website for that, whether they are giving like that or not. So scenario 3 we completed, scenario 2 we completed. Now we have to see the time that is available. If your study period is for 6 months, you will be having this much hours. If your study period will be for 4 months, you will be having this much hours. When you are having 8 months study period, the 8 months study period is applicable for scenario 3 people. They have to complete the articleship and start studying. Their articleship will complete by 30th June. They will have 3000 hours. They can plan accordingly and do it as per their convenience itself. So now this is the time that we are having. Now we can see the daily timetable. So this is the daily timetable that I have prepared. Now here I have created the study slots. Total 12.5 hours will be coming for every day. 12.5 hours you have to study every day, and you are having 4 study slots. So I have prepared this in a basic manner only. It's a very simple table only. You have to wake up at 5 and you will be sleeping at 10 p.m. So this is the thing that you are having. In between I have added the study slots, and we are having a break also in between 2 study slots. 5 to 5:30 you will be waking up and getting freshened up, and then you have to get a 3.5 hour study slot from 5:30 to 9, then 1 hour break, then again 3 hour study slot, then 1 hour lunch break. After 3.5 hour study slot, then 2 hours break for dinner, then again 2.5 hours study slot, and then you are going to get your sleep time. This is a very self-explanatory table. Just what I am telling you is that you have to try this table. If you are not having any plan, you are in a panic mode and you are not able to plan anything for your exam preparation, you can try to follow this plan. Try to follow it for 2 to 3 days and you will get to know whether it is working or not. If you are already having a very meticulously prepared plan, you are having a sophisticated plan that you are already following, you are already doing it properly, then you don't need to follow this plan. If you are already having a plan, stick to that. But when you are not having any plan and you are in a panic mode, you can try to do this plan. This will be working out. Because when you are adding up all these study slots, you are getting 12.5. At least 10 hours you will be able to study productively. And then when you study continuously for 10 hours, you will be able to complete it quickly. Just you have to maintain that the consistency should be there. Every day you have to study properly by following this timetable. If you are not doing it consistently, no timetable will help you. So that is the one important thing. In the study slot, I have had the study slot for 3.5 hours. You don't have to sit in the stretch for 3.5 hours. In between, for after completing 1.5 or 2 hours, you can take a break of 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So try to minimize the break. Keep only one break between a study slot. If you are having one study slot, try to keep only one break between that, one short break for 10 or 15 minutes. So you should not take a longer break and all. In the 3.5 hour break, you should not take 1 hour break and all. Because after that, immediately you are getting a 1 hour break. So in between, you have to try to take some 10-15 minutes break. And then you should not be taking more time for break also, because you have given proper time for breaks also. You can try to follow this, and if you are getting any problems in this, you can try to modify this, where you are not able to catch it up, where you are not able to spend time, in which time it is not possible for you. You have to see that and modify it accordingly. You can change the study slots or break also. You can have to modify it accordingly. This is the base plan that you are having. So that is the daily timetable for all the 3 scenarios. And one more thing, I would like to tell some 2 points in this study timetable itself. In this break and all, do not try to sit in one place and watch the phone itself. You have to try to go somewhere, go for a short walk. Only then you will be brisk for the next study session. And then in a 1 day study period, you are having some 12.5 hours. You have to allocate it. Some 2 hours you have to prepare for set A or B as per the timetable during the months. And then some 6 hours you can plan to watch the classes. And some 2 or 3 hours you have to do the revision for the classes which you watched. So this should be the pattern in which you are spending the 12.5 hours every day. 2 or 3 hours A or B revision, 6 hours classes for DT or IDT, 2 or 3 hours for the revision what you did for the classes. So that you have to do during the 12.5 hours. So that's all about the study period. The study period is for the time when you are having the full time study. And then for scenario 2 and scenario 1, you will be preparing for IBS. In that, you have to prepare for the topics in group 1 which are asked in IBS. I already told that I will provide the concepts, the list of concepts which are asked in IBS, MTP, RTP, etc. and all. That I will provide you a list in some 2 or 3 months. Before starting this IBS studies, I will try to provide you the list of topics which you have to prepare for IBS. I will try to provide it in some 2 or 3 months. And then scenario 3 people, they can happily study, they are having a lot of time. So that's all about this. So that's all. I have covered all the points that I would like to say in this video. And now you can join the Telegram channel. Whatever the index that I told about, and in the set A and B 4 hour marathons, all the link for that, everything will be there in the Telegram channel. I will provide the link for the Telegram channel also in the description and in the pinned comment. And we are also having a Telegram discussion group where you can join and discuss your doubts. Whatever the doubt you are having relating to your CA final attempt or relating to the preparation, we already have some 8,000 plus students in our discussion group. You can post your doubts there. You will get a clarification. We can help each other out and try to pass this November 2026 exams. If you are having any doubt, you can post it in the group. Either I will clarify you or some other people will clarify. So together we can try to make a plan and try to clear our exams quickly. And you can put your comments also in this video relating to your opinion on the ICAI powers and whatever the things you think about this notification or the different type of confusion that has arisen, whether you are clear now or not, that you can tell. And relating to the study plan also, what you are following, you can give some inputs. If you are already following a study plan, you can follow that itself. If you are finding something good in this study plan, you can incorporate it into your already existing study plan. And for IBS also, related to IBS, all the updates which are provided, that I will be providing in this YouTube channel and in the Telegram channel. So you can join this and subscribe to the YouTube channel also for getting the updates related to IBS, CA final, or whatever the updates which is provided by ICAI using the notification. So you can put your comment relating to these things, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also share this video to your friends who will not know about who are not knowing or who are not aware of that, or who are also aware but still they may not be knowing that this kind of category is existing in people who are eligible for Jan 27. For those people, you can share this video. They will get an understanding about this new notification and how this is impacting their attempt. So this you can do it. All the best for your preparation and your exams. Thank you for watching.